Number 1025 in the Criterion collection is the Grand Budapest Hotel. Quite possibly my favourite Wes Anderson movie. And if you haven't seen it, I can only urge you to check this thing out because it is both beautiful, filled with immense three-dimensional characters, ridiculously funny, energetic, and just, there's not very many movies as well directed and created as this, and I really do feel that it's the kind of pinnacle of Anderson's career. We get thrown into this story that is filled with wonderful characters set within the Grand Budapest Hotel. The main one is Monsieur Gustave, played by Ralph Fiennes, who is a wonderful character. He's such delivery, he's such comedic timing that he just brings every scene alive within this movie. His way of talking and the things that he says in such a polite, courteous manner are ridiculously funny, especially as we get to prison sequences later on. And watching this character find his protege in the form of Zero is just terrific. These two characters are kind of cut from the same mould, and to see them stuck within this adventure tale was just a delight to revisit yet again. It's one of those movies that just kind of washes over you. You know, you enjoy all of the characters, you enjoy the use of symmetry, the use of colour, the way things stand out, the unusual way of filmmaking and the unusual ratio that it uses. Everything is just there and it's pure entertainment. When you sit back and you start to analyse the movie, you realise how really well constructed it is. From a heist kind of story with all these moving parts, it really moves at a blisteringly quick pace, and it's so enjoyable in these moments. The way it is cut and edited from really fun conversation to some other really fun conversation is marvellously well done. I think Anderson here creates memorable characters within a wonderful situation, and it's really pushed along by a terrific story to take these characters on that journey. Something that I think Anderson's been missing in certain movies is that real drive. It's always got the fun, quirky characters, but sometimes it doesn't have the real motivation behind it that pushes the characters forward, for me anyway. The look and the choice of pastel colours are absolutely wonderful, and the range of actors that he brings forward onto this movie are simply divine. And I think this is a movie that almost anybody could enjoy, from its farcical nature to its almost slapstickish comedy to its verbal comedy to the way it creates these oddball situations but delivers them in such a fun, inventive way. Just make it such a joy to watch, and to see all these other famous faces just appear and then disappear into their characters is a wonderful addition to this movie. Grand Budapest Hotel is something that I go back to every now and again, and it's one of those movies that feels like a real treat to revisit. It's not something that I want to wear out. I want to give it a bit of time between each viewing, because every time I go back to this thing, I fall in love with all the characters, the situations, the production, the design, the look of everything. It's just wonderfully set up and delivered in such a wonderful manner that it makes it such an enjoyable rewatching experience, going back to it and back to it. There's so much going on, whether it's in the background, the way the characters handle themselves, what they're saying. Sometimes it washes over you and you don't realise the intricacies of how everything just works, or some of the jokes that you miss the first time around. I think it's visually stunning. It's emotionally rich. It's one of those movies that can make me care for a character, really want them to succeed, hate other characters, find it ridiculously funny and yet endearing at the exact same time. Grand Budapest Hotel for me is one of my favourite movies of all time, and I think if you haven't seen it, you really need to pick it up. I think it's just pure joy on a screen. I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie. Let me know in the comment box below, and I will see you next time on Manvfilm.